Hello friends, I am Sonu Saini, Assistant Professor in Center of Russian Studies, IGNOU. I welcome you all to the course Basics of Russian Communication Skills Part 1. Okay, let's see the plan of today's module. The first point we'll discuss the objective of the course. Then we'll talk about why are we reading this story. Then we'll go for the vocabulary or difficult words. Then we'll read this story, The Fox and the Crane. In Russian it is Lisa и журавль. Then we'll discuss the story through various grammatical aspects. Then we will see synonyms of some words, and after that we'll go for the question and answers. Let's see what is the objective. The objective of this module is to make you understand the basics of Russian language through the text as teaching tool. We'll be discussing a specific text in each module so that you gradually learn the basics of Russian easily in an interesting way. In this module, we will read and discuss the folk story titled The Fox and the Crane. In Russian it is Lisa и журавль. Let me tell you that this story is similar to our folk story in Hindi, which is called Saras or Lombadi. Now, why are we reading this story? As we know that we all love to learn various things through stories. And if the story is a popular folk tale, then the learning is even more interesting. That's why today we have a Russian folk tale or a story which we are going to read and discuss in this module. There will be various grammatical aspects of Russian language. Some of the grammatical aspects you must have already gone through, and some would come soon in further modules. Don't worry if you find some new words or expressions and so on. We will explain all the words and expressions here. So let's start this wonderful journey to learn Russian through stories. Let's begin with some vocabulary first. So the first word we have in the vocabulary list, подружиться. That means to make friends. Second word we have вздумать. That means to decide. Next is однажды. Means once or once upon a time. Next word угощать, угостить. This verb means to treat. Next verb we have звать. That means to call. Next word we have прийти, приходить. That means to come. Next word, please note down, is пир. That means feast. The next word, наварить, наваривать. That means to cook. Next we have манная. Manная is semolina or farina cereal. Next word is размазывать, размазать. That means to spread. Next word we have подать, подавать. That means to give. Next verb combination we have подчивать, попотчивать. That means to treat. Next we have покушать. That means to eat or to have. Next we have голубчиком. That means my dear fellow or my dear friend. Next word we have стряпать and состряпать. That means to cook. Next word we have хлоп. Хлоп. That means bang or slap. Next word we have стучать, стукнуть. That means to knock. Next we have лизать, лизнуть. That means to lick. Next we have не обсудьте or не обсудь. This word combination means don't judge too severely or please don't make or please don't take it amiss. Okay, so next word we have akroshka. Akroshka is a cold kvass soup with chopped vegetables and meat. Next verb combination is nalich, nalivach. That means to fill. Next word we have kufshin. That means jug or pitcher. Next we have gorlishka. Gorlishka means neck or mouth of something. Next word we have virchietsa. That means to turn round or to revolve. Next word we have panyukhach or nyukhach. That means to smell. Next word we have dastanet dastavach. That means to get, to reach. Next word we have klivach, klinuch. That means to peck, to bite. Next word we have payest, payedach. That means to eat, to or to have a bite. Next word we have dasada. That means annoyance. Next we have a set expression called prichi nisolana klibavshi. That means get nothing for one's pain or to go empty-handed. Next verb combination we have aukach, auknuch. That means to halloo or to shout high or to call out. Next word we have atlikatsa. That means to respond. Next word is vros. That means separately or apart. Okay, get ready for the story now. The story is called Lisa is Juravel, and in English, The Crane and the Fox. Dear learners, as you know that we are using text as a methodological or teaching tool in order to learn the Russian language in an efficient manner. We will be reading the text in Russian language first so that you understand the tone and texture of the Russian language easily. Afterwards, we will be discussing the text through English translation for having a fair idea of the story which we are going to discuss now. And then finally, we will be reading and discussing the text with you by sentence with simultaneous translation so that you can comprehend the text easily. Let's listen carefully to the text in Russian language first. We would like to suggest you to keep your notebook and pen ready so that you can note down all important words and expressions which we are going to use in this text for later discussion. So the story starts like this in Russian. Подружилась лиса с журавлем. Вот вздумала однажды лиса угостить журавля и пошла звать его к себе в гости. «Приходи, куманек, приходи, дорогой, уж как я тебя угощу!» Идет журавль на званый пир, а лиса наварила манной каши и размазала ее по тарелке. Подала ее, подчует. «Покушай, мой голубчик, куманек, сама стряпала!» Журавль хлоп-хлоп носом стучал, ничего не попадает. А лисица в это время лижет себе, да лижет кашу, так всю сама и съела. Каша съедена, лисица говорит: «Не обессудь, любезный кум, больше подтевать нечем. Спасибо, кума, и на этом приходи ко мне в гости». На другой день приходит лиса, а журавль приготовил окрошку. Налил кувшин с узким горлышком, поставил на стол и говорит: «Кушай, кумушка, право, больше путать нечем». Лиса начала вертеться вокруг кувшина. Так зайдет и так, и лизнет его, и понюхает. Все, ничего не достанет. Не лезет голова в кувшин. А журавль меж тем клюет себе да клюет, пока все не поел. Ну, не отсудь, кума, больше угощать ничем. Взяла лису досада. Думала, что наестся на целую неделю. Пришла лиса домой, несолоно хлебавши. Как аукнулась, так и откликнулась. С тех пор и дружба у лисы с журавлем врос. So, dear learners, how was the story? Well, it was interesting, yeah? I'm sure that after listening to the story, you must be having an idea about the tone and texture of Russian language. How does it sound? You must be wondering about the meaning of the text. And as it was promised earlier, we will be discussing this text with the help of English translation now. The crane went to the dinner party. The fox had cooked farina cereal and spread it over a plate. She served it and urged, "Eat, my dear friend, I cooked it myself." The crane went peck peck with his bill, knocked and knocked, but got nothing. Meanwhile, the fox licked and licked the cereal until she had eaten it all. The cereal eaten, the fox said, "Don't be offended, my dear friend. There is nothing more to offer you." "Thank you, my dear friend, for that. Come to visit me." The next day, fox went and the crane made cold soup. He poured it into a pitcher with a narrow neck and put it on the table. He said, "Eat, my dear friend. Truly, there is nothing more to offer you." The fox began to spin around the pitcher. She approached it one way, then another. She licked it and sniffed it, but could not get anything. Her head would not fit into the pitcher. Meanwhile, the crane sucked and sucked until he had eaten everything. "Don't be offended, my dear friend. There is nothing more to offer you." The fox was annoyed, having thought she would eat for the whole week. She went home having gotten nothing. It was tit for tat. From that moment on, the friendship between fox and crane was over. Dear learners, let's discuss the story word to word and try to understand each and every word and word combination and its grammatical structure of all the sentences. As suggested earlier, keep your notebook and pen with you so that you can make notes so that we can discuss it later. Alright, let's discuss each and every sentence and words in this story. So the first word you have padrujilas. Padrujilas, as we discussed earlier, to make friend or to be friend with somebody. Lisa Shujuravlyam. So Lisa is fox and Shujuravlyam is in instrumental case. That means fox with crane. Журавль is crane. Вот вздумала однажды лиса угостить журавля и пошла звать его к себе в гости. Вот means here, вздумала. That means to think over or had a notion. Adnajdi, like once or once upon a time. Lisa ugastich, Lisa, you know, ugastich, to treat. Juravlia is in accusative case, ugastich kavo, juravlia, ugastich, juravlia. I pashla, pashla, that means to go. Zvach, zvach means to call. Его к себе в гости. So, к себе в гости is a set expression to invite somebody to one's house. Приходи куманьок. So, приходи is the verb that means to come. Приходить. Приходи is the form of the verb приходить. That means to come. Куманьок. Куманьок means my dear friend. Приходи дорогой. That means to come, dear friend. Дорогой can be expensive, дорогой can be dear. Ush is expression like oh, wow, in this form that has no specific meaning, but it is just as an expression. Я так тебя угощу. That means я means I, как means in which way, how. Тебя угощу. Тебя is in accusative case, form of the personal pronoun. Угощу is from the verb угостить, that means to treat. So, я угощу тебя. Next sentence we have, идет журавль на званый пир. Идет means it is from the verb идти, журавль, you know, на званый. Званый means like from the verb звать, that means like which was invited, which was called. Идет is from the verb идти, журавль, you know, на званый пир. So, идет журавль на званый пир. Идет is from the verb идти, that means он идет. Журавль, you know, на званый пир. На званый is from the verb звать, that is to call, or here it will be means called or invited. Пир is party. Алиса наварила манной каши и размазала ее по тарелке. And then a means here and. Lisa, you know, наварила. Наварила is to boil or to cook. Manna kashi. Manna is farina, cereal, kind of khichdi we have in Hindi. Rasmazala. Rasmazala to serve or spread over. Yiyo patarelke. Spread over or spread on the plate. Padala ipochuet. So, padala is from the verb padach. This means to give. Ipochuet. Pochuet means to urge or to treat. Please take. Покушай мой голубчик куманек. Покушай is from the verb покушать. This is мой голубчик. Мой is my. Голубчик куманек is a set expression for my dear friend. Сама стряпала. Стряпала is from the word стряпать. Sama means on my own, and стряпать means to cook.
Dear friends, here ends the part 1 of The Fox and Crane.